Welcome to Star Bios, where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic figures. Today, we're going to shake our hips and explore the captivating story of the one and only Elvis Presley, a man who would become the undisputed king of rock and roll. With his unique blend of charisma, talent, and style, Elvis left an indelible mark on music, film, and popular culture. But before he donned those signature gold lame suits and slicked back his hair, Elvis was just a young boy from Tupelo, Mississippi, with a dream and a whole lot of heart. Born on January 8, 1935, in a two-room shotgun house in East Tupelo, Elvis Aaron Presley entered the world as a twin, with his stillborn brother, Jesse Garon, sadly not surviving the birth. The small, rustic home with its worn wooden floors and tin roof was a humble beginning for the future legend. This tragic event would have a profound impact on Elvis's family, particularly his mother, Gladys, who was deeply devoted to her son and would play a significant role in shaping his early life. Gladys's unwavering dedication to Elvis was rooted in her own experiences as a mother, having lost one child at birth and being determined to give her surviving twin every opportunity to thrive. The Presley family's humble beginnings were marked by poverty and hardship, with Elvis's father, Vernon, working as a laborer and farmer to make ends meet. The Great Depression had left its mark on the rural South, where jobs were scarce and hope was a luxury few could afford. Yet, amidst the struggles, music became a beacon of comfort and solace for the Presleys. Elvis's mother would often sing hymns and gospel songs while doing household chores, her voice filling the small rooms with a sense of joy and peace. Growing up in the rural South during the Great Depression, Elvis was exposed to a unique blend of music, including gospel, blues, and country. His mother, a devout Christian, would often take him to the Assembly of God Church, where he was introduced to the energetic and emotive sounds of gospel music. The church's influence on Elvis's early life cannot be overstated, as it provided him with a sense of community, comfort, and musical inspiration. As Elvis once recalled, "Gospel music was the first music I ever heard, and it's still some of my favorite music today." The Assembly of God Church's spirited services, complete with foot-stomping, hand-clapping, and soulful singing, left an indelible mark on Elvis's musical psyche. The Presley family's financial struggles forced them to move frequently, eventually settling in Memphis, Tennessee, when Elvis was 13 years old. This relocation would prove pivotal in shaping his musical tastes and aspirations. Memphis, with its rich musical heritage, offered a vibrant cultural scene that exposed Elvis to a wide range of genres, from blues and R&B to rockabilly and country. He spent hours listening to the radio, mesmerized by the sounds of Hank Williams, Roy Acuff, and Arthur Big Boy Crudup, whose music would later influence his own unique style. The city's iconic Beale Street, with its colorful characters and lively nightclubs, became a hub for Elvis's musical exploration. Elvis's early life was also marked by a strong bond with his mother, who encouraged his love of music and supported his dreams. Gladys Presley was a complex figure, both fiercely protective and intensely devoted to her son. Her influence on Elvis's psyche and artistic development cannot be overstated, as she instilled in him a sense of confidence and creativity that would serve him well throughout his career. She would often take Elvis to the local music store, where he would marvel at the instruments and dream of one day owning his own guitar. When Elvis turned 11, Gladys surprised him with a gift that would change his life forever: an acoustic guitar from the Tupelo hardware store. As Elvis navigated his teenage years, he began to develop a passion for music that would eventually lead him to perform at local talent shows and events. His first guitar became an extension of himself, allowing him to express emotions and tell stories through song. With the support of his family and the inspiration of his musical heroes, Elvis was poised on the cusp of a journey that would take him from the humble streets of Memphis to the bright lights of Hollywood, and ultimately to the pinnacle of stardom. The historical context of Elvis's early years is essential in understanding the cultural and social forces that shaped his life. The post-war era, with its newfound prosperity and emerging youth culture, created a fertile ground for rock and roll to flourish. As the 1950s dawned, America was experiencing a period of unprecedented change, with the rise of suburbanization, consumerism, and mass media. Elvis, with his unique blend of country, blues, and gospel influences, was perfectly positioned to capture the hearts of a generation eager for new sounds and styles. In these formative years, Elvis Presley was not yet the charismatic icon we know today, but rather a shy, talented young man with a passion for music and a dream of making it big. He would often practice his singing in front of the mirror, perfecting his dance moves and experimenting with different vocal styles. His dedication and perseverance would eventually pay off as he began to make a name for himself in the Memphis music scene. As Elvis stepped into the studio, he was greeted by the affable Sam Phillips, who had founded Sun Records in 1950 with the aim of capturing the authentic sound of the city's musicians. The atmosphere was relaxed, with Elvis feeling at ease among the familiar surroundings, and the supportive team that included guitarist Scotty Moore and bassist Bill Black. This initial release, backed with Blue Moon of Kentucky, marked the beginning of Elvis's rise to fame and caught the attention of local DJ Dewey Phillips, who played the record on his popular radio show, Red, Hot, and Blue. The response was overwhelming, with listeners calling in to request more plays of the mysterious new artist. It was as if the city had been waiting for someone like Elvis to come along and shake things up. As Elvis's popularity grew, so did his live performances. He began touring the southern United States, sharing stages with other notable acts like Johnny Cash and Carl Perkins. The camaraderie among these musicians was palpable, with each artist pushing the others to new heights of creativity and performance. On October 16, 1954, Elvis appeared on the Louisiana Hayride, a popular radio show broadcast from Shreveport, Louisiana, which further expanded his audience and helped solidify his reputation as a charismatic performer. The Hayride was a launching pad for many famous country and rockabilly artists, and Elvis's appearance on the show marked an important milestone in his career. His unique blend of country, blues, and rockabilly styles resonated with audiences, particularly young people, who were drawn to his energetic stage presence and distinctive voice. The music was infectious, with its driving rhythms and heartfelt lyrics that spoke directly to the experiences and emotions of his listeners. As Elvis took the stage, he would often start with a slow, introspective song before building up to a frenetic pace that left the crowd breathless and screaming for more. It was a formula that worked time and again, with each performance generating a sense of excitement and anticipation among his growing fan base. In January 1955, Elvis signed with RCA Victor, marking a significant milestone in his career. The major label offered him greater resources and exposure, allowing him to reach an even broader audience. His first single for the label, Heartbreak Hotel, released on January 27, 1956, would become a massive hit, topping the Billboard charts and selling over 1 million copies. This success was followed by a string of hits, including Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, and All Shook Up, which cemented Elvis's status as a leading figure in the emerging rock and roll movement. The music was revolutionary, with its fusion of different styles and genres creating something entirely new and innovative. Elvis's impact on popular culture extended beyond his music. His style, which blended elements of country, blues, and gospel with a dash of Hollywood glamour, influenced fashion and dance. His iconic haircuts, flashy clothing, and signature dance moves, such as the pelvic swivel, were emulated by fans around the world. As Elvis once said, "I'm not trying to be sexy, I'm just being myself," yet his charisma and stage presence undoubtedly contributed to his sex symbol status. The way he moved on stage, with a fluidity and confidence that was both captivating and intimidating, inspired countless young people to express themselves in new and exciting ways. In 1956, Elvis began to explore the world of film, making his acting debut in the movie Love Me Tender, released on November 15. This was followed by a string of successful films, including Jailhouse Rock, 1957, King Creole, 1958, and G.I. Blues, 1960, which showcased Elvis's versatility as a performer and helped to further expand his fan base. The movies allowed him to reach an even broader audience, with his charisma and charm translating effortlessly to the big screen. As he navigated the complexities of Hollywood, Elvis remained committed to his music, using the films as a platform to promote his songs and connect with his fans on a deeper level. As the 1950s drew to a close, Elvis found himself at the forefront of a cultural revolution, with his music and style helping to define the sound and aesthetic of a generation. His achievements would continue to mount in the years that followed, with Elvis remaining one of the most influential and beloved figures in popular music. With each new release, tour, and film appearance, he continued to push boundaries, experiment with new sounds, and captivate audiences around the world. The phenomenon that was Elvis Presley had only just begun, with the best still yet to come. Elvis's film career also flourished during this period, with movies like Viva Las Vegas, 1964, and Roustabout, 1964, cementing his status as a Hollywood star. These films not only showcased his acting prowess, but also allowed him to tap into his passion for music, featuring iconic soundtracks that have become an integral part of his legacy. The charismatic on-screen presence, coupled with his undeniable charm and wit, made Elvis a beloved figure in American cinema. However, behind the glittering facade of fame, Elvis's personal life was marked by turmoil and struggle. His dependence on prescription medications, initially intended to manage his insomnia and anxiety, gradually took a devastating toll on his physical and mental health. The pressures of maintaining a grueling tour schedule, combined with the relentless scrutiny of the media, began to erode his sense of self and well-being. His marriage to Priscilla Presley, which had begun with so much promise in 1967, ended in divorce in 1973, leaving Elvis feeling isolated and withdrawn. Despite these challenges, Elvis continued to create music that inspired and uplifted his fans. The 1970s saw a resurgence in his live performances, with sold-out shows at iconic venues like Madison Square Garden and the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas. As he took the stage, resplendent in his elaborate jumpsuits and sporting his signature slicked-back hair, Elvis seemed to embody the very spirit of rock and roll, a fusion of rebellion, showmanship, and unbridled energy. The years that followed were marked by a decline in Elvis's health, as his prescription medication abuse took its toll. He became increasingly reclusive, rarely leaving his Memphis mansion, Graceland, and surrounding himself with a tight-knit circle of friends and family. The news of his passing on August 16, 1977, at the age of 42, sent shockwaves around the world, with fans mourning the loss of their beloved idol. Today, Elvis Presley is remembered as one of the most influential and iconic figures in popular music. His legacy extends far beyond his own music, with countless artists citing him as an inspiration. As Bruce Springsteen once observed, Elvis was the first to bring it all together: the music, the style, the swagger. Elvis's impact on fashion, dance, and popular culture is still felt today, with his image and music continuing to inspire new generations of fans. He was a small-town boy from Tupelo who became a global superstar, a humble and kind person who struggled with the pressures of fame. Through his music and performances, Elvis touched the hearts and lives of millions, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to endure for generations to come. His story serves as a poignant reminder of the human cost of fame, as well as the transformative power of art to transcend time and circumstance. Whether it's the haunting melancholy of Heartbreak Hotel, the exuberant energy of Burning Love, or the soulful introspection of Suspicious Minds, Elvis's songs remain an integral part of our shared cultural heritage. In the end, Elvis Presley's story is one of triumph and tragedy, of creativity and struggle. It is a reminder that even the most iconic figures are complex, multifaceted human beings, full of contradictions and flaws. And yet, it is precisely this complexity that makes his legacy so enduring, so relatable, and so profoundly inspiring. As we celebrate the life and music of Elvis Presley, we honor not only his remarkable achievements, but also the timeless power of art to touch our hearts, minds, and souls. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.